I gave him my words, my grief, my dead brother's name immortalized in chapter 11. I gave him everything a writer pours into a book when they believe it will carry both their names. What I didn't give him was permission. And what he didn't know was that I never throw anything away. I want to share with you what happened a couple of years ago. My friend Owen Castellano sits across from Iris Pemberton in her corner office at Vertigo Publishing. I, Adrian Cole, was supposed to be in that room with him. This was our moment. Our book. Our dream. I can see everything through the window. Owen's nervous laugh. Iris sliding a contract across her desk. Owen's hands shaking as he picks up the pen. 20 minutes ago, Owen asked me to wait outside for just a second. Now I'm standing here like an idiot while he has the meeting that was meant for both of us. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. He's actually doing it. I'm so sorry, Adrian. Call me. Fallon. Fallon is Owen's girlfriend. Why is she texting me? Why is she sorry? Through the glass, I watch Owen shake Iris's hand. He's grinning. She's grinning. Everything looks perfect except I'm not in there. The office door opens. Owen steps out, his face flushed red with excitement. But when he sees me, something changes in his eyes. Guilt, maybe. Or fear. Let's talk outside, he whispers. My stomach twists. Something is very, very wrong. Owen doesn't take me to the lobby. He takes me down 17 floors to the parking garage where nobody can hear us. The concrete walls make everything echo. My footsteps sound too loud. Iris loved the book, Owen says. He won't look at me. She's offering a $200,000 deal. $200,000. For our book. The book we spent 3 years writing together. That's incredible, I say. My heart is pounding. When do we sign? Owen stops walking. He turns to face me, and I can see sweat on his forehead. That's the thing, he says. Iris doesn't want to dilute the author brand. She thinks one author, one voice, makes better marketing sense. I stare at him. What does that mean? It means. Owen takes a deep breath. She doesn't know you exist, Adrian. When I sent her the manuscript, I only put my name on it. And today, when she asked if I had any co-writers, I said no. The world tilts sideways. You told her you wrote it alone? I already signed the contract. Owen says quickly. It's done. But I'll pay you, Adrian. I'll give you half of everything. You'll get $100,000. You can't be listed as the author. I wrote that book, I whisper. We both wrote it, Owen says. That's a lie, and we both know it. I don't remember driving home. 1 minute I'm in the parking garage, and the next I'm sitting in my apartment staring at my laptop. I open our shared cloud drive, the place where we kept every draft, every edit, every note about the book. But something's wrong. The folder structure has changed. All my files are gone. The documents that showed my edit history, my comments, my track changes, everything that proved I wrote the book, deleted. In their place are clean files with only Owen's name in the metadata. He planned this. He deleted my proof. My hands are shaking so badly I can barely type. I check the trash folder. Empty. I check the version history. Purged. Then I remember something. Years ago, I lost my entire college thesis when my laptop crashed. Since then, I always keep backup files on an external hard drive. I dig through my closet and find it, a small black drive covered in dust. I plug it in, and my breath catches. Everything is here. Every draft I wrote. Every midnight comment. Every edit with my name on it. Proof that I wrote 97% of the book we called The Burning Years. But as I'm looking through the files, I find something else. A folder labeled O_private. Inside are emails between Owen and Iris Pemberton. The oldest one is dated 8 months ago. Owen has been planning this betrayal since before we even finished the book. I call an emergency meeting with our friend group. We meet at Halcyon Cafe, the same place where Owen and I first came up with the idea for our novel 4 years ago. I need people on my side. I need someone to believe me. But when I walk in, Owen is already there. And he brought Fallon with him. She's crying. Tell them what you did, Owen says loudly. Everyone at nearby tables turns to look. What I did? I can't believe this. You tried to sabotage my book deal, Owen announces. You're claiming you wrote my book just because you helped with some editing. Our friend Zoe looks uncomfortable. Remy won't make eye contact with me. That's not what happened, I say. Owen, tell them the truth. I am telling the truth, Owen says. He pulls out a printed email and slides it across the table. This is the email Adrian sent to my publisher, threatening legal action and claiming he's the real author. I grab the email. It's from my email address. To Iris Pemberton, demanding credit for writing the book. But I never sent this. You hacked my email, I breathe. You wrote this yourself and made it look like I sent it. Why would I do that? Owen asks. He sounds so reasonable, so calm. Adrian, I know you're upset that my book sold and yours didn't. But you can't steal credit for my work. Jules, my oldest friend, speaks up quietly. This doesn't sound like something Adrian would do. Thank God for Jules. But everyone else is already choosing Owen's version of events. I can see it in their faces. At 2 in the morning, I get a message on Instagram from an account with no profile picture. We need to talk. About Owen. About the book. Meet me tomorrow, 6 p.m., Crossroads Bookshop. Come alone. Don't tell Owen. LP. I almost delete it. It could be a trap. It could be Owen trying to set me up again. But something makes me go. The woman waiting for me is young, maybe 25, professionally dressed. She's nervous, looking around like she's afraid someone will see us. I'm Leah Prescott, she says. I work as Iris Pemberton's assistant at Vertigo Publishing. My heart starts racing. Leah slides a folder across the table. I need you to see what I found in Owen's original submission to Iris. Inside is Owen's first query letter to the publisher. It's dated 10 months ago. In the letter, Owen writes, My writing partner and I have completed a 95,000-word literary thriller. My writing partner. He mentioned me. Leah shows me the next email, Iris's response. She asks for the full manuscript and clarification on the co-author situation. Then comes Owen's reply. Apologies for the confusion. Adrian Cole was an early collaborator who contributed some developmental editing, but the work is entirely mine. He's no longer involved in the project. There it is. The moment Owen decided to cut me out. Why are you showing me this? I ask. Leah's eyes are full of sympathy. Because what he did to you isn't right. There's more, Leah says. She looks around the bookshop again, making sure we're alone. I was working late the night Owen signed his contract. I was taking files to my car, and I walked past the parking garage stairwell. I heard voices, so I stopped. She pulls out her phone. I recorded it. I don't know why. Something felt wrong. She plays the audio, and I hear Owen's voice, tinny but clear through the phone speaker. Iris will never know. Owen is saying. Adrian wrote most of it. Yeah, but I'll pay him under the table. Half of everything. He'll be fine with the money. Then I hear my own voice, angry and hurt. This was supposed to be our book, Owen. Our names together. I know, Owen says. I'm sorry, but it's already done. The recording is everything. Legal proof of what he did. Why are you giving this to me? I ask Leah. She closes her eyes. I can't be the one to come forward. Iris is my boss. Owen is about to be our star author. If I'm the whistleblower, I'll never work in publishing again. She sends the file to my phone through an encrypted app. You didn't get this from me, she says firmly. Owen sent it by accident, or someone else recorded it, but it didn't come from me. Understand? I nod. Leah stands up to leave, then pauses. Owen told Iris that The Burning Years is book 1 of a trilogy. He starts writing book 2 next month. My book 2. My outline. My characters. He's going to steal all of it. I take the recording to a lawyer named Cordelia Wu. She specializes in cases about stolen creative work. She listens to everything. The parking garage recording, the email evidence from Leah, the backup files that prove I wrote the book. Then she gives me the bad news. You have a strong case, Cordelia says. Maybe the strongest case I've seen. But taking this to court will cost you at least $50,000. It'll take 2 years. And here's the worst part. Publishers hate legal drama. If you sue, Vertigo will probably pull the book entirely. You'll win the principal and lose everything else. My heart sinks. I don't have $50,000. I work as a nurse. I barely have $5,000 in savings. There's another option, Cordelia continues. We send Owen a cease and desist letter. We threaten to go public. He'll probably settle, pay you off, maybe give you credit in a revised edition. But I can hear the hesitation in her voice. But that only works if he has something to lose, she says. I sit there thinking. Then an idea forms. What if we wait? I ask slowly. What if we let the book come out first? Let Owen do all the publicity, build all the hype, become famous for writing my book. And then I prove I wrote it. Cordelia's eyes widen. That's not a legal strategy. That's revenge. Will it work? She leans back in her chair. Once the book is successful, once his entire reputation is built on it, Exposing the truth would destroy him completely. She pauses. Is that what you want, Adrian? I think about Owen in that parking garage. I think about 3 years of my life poured into that book. Yes, I say. That's exactly what I want. I create a fake Instagram account and start following Owen's author journey. He posts constantly now. Photos of his laptop at coffee shops with captions like, chapter revisions hitting different today. Inspirational quotes from the book, my words, presented as his wisdom. Excited announcements about cover reveals and marketing plans. Fallon appears in most of the photos, playing the supportive girlfriend even though I know she feels guilty. I watch Owen become the person who wrote my book. It makes me sick, but I can't look away. One night, Owen goes live on Instagram. 200 people tune in to watch him talk about his writing process. Someone asks, what inspired the main character's relationship with his brother? My chest tightens. The brother in the book is based on my real brother, Marcus, who died when I was 17. I poured my grief into those pages. Owen knows this, but Owen just smiles at the camera. I wanted to explore family dynamics and loss. I interviewed people who'd experienced grief and tried to capture that authenticity. He interviewed people. He researched it. My brother's death was researched to him. Another comment pops up. Did you have any help writing this? Owen laughs. No, this book is 100% me. I'm a solo artist. I don't really collaborate well. I'm too controlling about my creative vision. The words hit me like a punch. Then I notice something in the background of his video. On the bookshelf behind him, I see a leather notebook. My leather notebook. The one I lost 6 months ago. The one where I wrote all my original plot outlines for the entire trilogy. He didn't just steal book 1. He has my plans for books 2 and 3. 3 months pass. The book releases on a Tuesday in September. The Burning Years by Owen Castellano appears in bookstores across the country. I go to 3 different stores and see it displayed on the new releases tables. My book, with his name on it. I get an invitation to the launch party, but it's not from Owen. It's from Fallon. There's a handwritten note tucked inside. He doesn't know I'm inviting you, but you should be there. You deserve to see it. And I need to talk to you. The party is at an upscale art gallery downtown. I almost don't go. The idea of watching Owen celebrate makes me feel ill, but I need to see this. I need to feel the full weight of what he stole from me. When I arrive, there are 200 people drinking champagne and congratulating Owen. He's wearing an expensive suit I've never seen before. He's holding court near a huge display of the book cover. I stay in the back, hidden behind a group of people. Iris Pemberton gives a speech about discovering Owen's raw, undeniable talent. Owen thanks his MFA professors, Fallon, his parents. He talks about the lonely journey of writing the book. My name never comes up. Of course it doesn't. When the speeches end, Fallon catches my eye and tilts her head toward the hallway. I follow her to a quiet corner near the bathrooms. She's crying. I can't do this anymore, she whispers. I have something you need to see. Fallon hands me her phone with shaking hands. On the screen is a video from 2 years ago. The date stamp shows it's from when Owen and I were writing chapter 23. In the video, I'm sitting at Owen's laptop, typing. Owen is pacing behind me. I'm reading dialogue out loud, testing how it sounds. God, Adrian, you're so much better at this than me. Owen says in the video. I could never write like this. Your instincts are incredible. It's clear as day. I'm the one writing while Owen watches. I filmed this because I thought it was sweet, Fallon says. You two working together on your dream. I had no idea he was planning to. She can't finish the sentence. There's more, Fallon continues. Her voice is hard now, angry. The advance was $200,000. Owen told me it was $75,000. I found the real contract last week when I was looking for our apartment lease. He's been hiding money from me. My eyes widen. He lied to his own girlfriend. And he's been meeting with someone, Fallon says. A woman named Simone Velasco. Twice a week for the past month. When I asked about it, he said she's his creative consultant. She shows me Simone's Instagram. She's a writing coach with thousands of followers. Her bio says, helping authors find their authentic voice. Owen is paying someone to teach him how to write like me, so he can finish the trilogy without me. I'll testify, Fallon says, looking me straight in the eye. When you're ready to expose him, I'll tell everyone the truth. I'm done protecting him. The first reviews come out, and The Burning Years is called a masterpiece. The New York Times review says, a stunning debut that explores grief and betrayal with remarkable emotional depth. Publishers Weekly calls it the most exciting new voice in literary fiction. Owen's face appears everywhere. He gets interviewed on a major morning talk show. I watch from my apartment as he sits on the couch, charming and humble, talking about his 3-year journey writing the novel. The host asks about his writing process, and Owen repeats, word for word, the advice I gave him about character development. He explains the 3-act structure I taught him. He discusses the thematic elements I spent months perfecting. He's speaking my thoughts in his voice. So what's next? The host asks. Are you working on something new? Owen grins. Actually, yes. The Burning Years is the first in a trilogy. I'm deep into book 2 right now. Same characters, same world, but the story goes even deeper. My story, my outline, my characters' futures. That night, I get an email from Cordelia Wu. Adrian, we need to decide. Do we act now, before he signs the contract for books 2 and 3? Or do we wait until he's even more exposed, so the fall is worse? Your call. I stare at the email for a long time. Then I type back. We wait. Let him climb as high as possible. The fall will be bigger. I write an anonymous letter to Owen. I type it at a public library computer, print it on plain white paper, and mail it from a post office 3 towns over. The letter is simple. I know you didn't write The Burning Years. I have proof. You have 48 hours to publicly admit the truth, or I release everything to the media. I don't include any evidence. No details, just the threat. I want to watch him panic. 2 days later, Owen posts a shaky video on Instagram. His hands are trembling. I've been getting disturbing messages from someone trying to sabotage my success, he says. They're claiming I didn't write my own book. This is what happens when you achieve something. Jealous people try to tear you down. But I want to be absolutely clear. I wrote every single word of The Burning Years. Every single word. He's lying to 10,000 followers in real time, and I have proof he's lying. But I'm not ready to use it yet. Instead, I send a second letter, this time to Iris Pemberton at Vertigo Publishing. It says only, ask Owen Castellano about Adrian Cole. Ask him who really wrote Chapter 23. A week later, Leah texts me from a burner phone. Iris called Owen into a meeting today. She asked about you. He told her you're a disgruntled friend trying to steal credit. But she's not convinced. She asked him to provide his original drafts of the book. This is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Owen's original drafts don't exist because he never wrote original drafts. I did, and I have all of them, time-stamped and saved. But 2 hours later, Leah texts again. He just submitted original drafts to Iris. I don't know how he did it, but they look real. Different from the published version, but clearly early versions of the same story. My stomach drops. He must have taken some of MY early drafts from our cloud drive before he deleted everything. Now he's claiming they're his work. But those drafts would still have my writing style, my voice, my specific patterns. I call Cordelia immediately. Can we hire someone to analyze the writing? I ask. Someone who can prove those drafts match my style, not his? A forensic linguist, Cordelia says. Yes, it'll cost you $8,000. I don't have $8,000. But I drain my savings account anyway. 3 weeks later, Dr. Von Kepler sends me his report. Dr. Kepler is a forensic linguist who has testified in plagiarism trials. He's analyzed the drafts Owen submitted to Iris and compared them to my verified backup files. The report is 47 pages long. The conclusion is simple, 94% stylistic match to my writing patterns. Sentence structure, word choice, punctuation habits, rhythm, even the specific metaphors I favor, it's all there. The person who wrote those original drafts is the same person who wrote my backup files. Dr. Kepler also analyzed Owen's MFA thesis from 3 years ago. His writing style in that thesis is completely different from the style in The Burning Years. The report states clearly, Owen Castellano could not have written both his graduate thesis and this novel. They are written by 2 different people. I finally have proof that even a publisher can't ignore. But Cordelia warns me. This evidence is powerful, but you need to release it strategically. If you go to Iris first, she might bury it to protect book sales. If you go to the media first, you look bitter and vindictive. Then what do? I ask. You need someone with credibility to champion your story, she says. That night, I get a message on Instagram from an account I don't recognize. I'm a podcast producer. I investigate fraud in creative industries. I've been following the anonymous letters to Owen Castellano. Want to talk? The producer's name is Bryn Townsend. Her podcast, The Originals, investigates cases where people steal credit for art, music, and writing. Each episode gets over 2 million downloads. I've been watching Owen's rise, Bryn says during our video call. Something felt off about his story. Then I got an anonymous tip about you. I don't ask who sent the tip, though I suspect it was Leah. I show Bryn everything. The parking garage recording, the email evidence, the backup files with metadata, the forensic linguistics report, Fallon's video testimony. Bryn's eyes light up as she reviews each piece of evidence. This is airtight, she says. But I need to be fair journalistically. I have to contact Owen and give him a chance to respond on the record. I hesitate. If we warn Owen, he'll hire lawyers and create a counter-narrative. But Bryn is firm. The truth is stronger when we let him try to defend himself. His lies will be obvious to everyone. We agree on a timeline. Bryn will contact Owen in 2 weeks after she independently verifies all my evidence. The podcast episodes will release 1 month after that. Are you ready for this to go public? Bryn asks seriously. Once these episodes air, your life changes forever. There's no going back. I think about the 3 years I spent writing that book. About watching Owen take all the credit. About the 2 more books he's planning to steal. I'm ready, I say. Owen starts falling apart before the podcast even contacts him. I watch it happen on social media. He posts less frequently. When he does post, the photos look forced, fake. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Then Fallon stops appearing in his pictures. A week later, she posts on Instagram. Sometimes the person you trust most is the one lying to you. She deletes it within an hour, but people screenshot it. The post starts circulating. Owen responds defensively. Not everyone can handle success. Some people will try to drag you down. Stay focused on your goals. Then the real cracks show. At a book signing in his hometown, someone in the audience asks, "How did you develop the main character's relationship with his brother?" That subplot felt so personal and real. Owen stammers. He gives a vague answer about exploring family dynamics through research. But the questioner pushes. The brother's death scene in Chapter 11 was so specific, so raw. It felt lived in. Was that based on personal experience? Owen's face goes pale. He doesn't know that scene is based on my real brother's actual death. Details I never shared with Owen beyond the basics. It was extensive research, Owen says. I interviewed many people who experienced loss. The answer sounds hollow. Several people in the audience look skeptical. That night, a thread appears on Twitter. Went to Owen Castellano's signing today. His answers about his own book were super weird. Like he didn't actually write it? The tweet gets 2,000 likes. Bryn sends Owen an email. I'm producing an episode about ghostwriting and authorship in contemporary publishing. I'd like to interview you about your collaboration with Adrian Cole on The Burning Years. Would you be available to speak on the record? Bryn forwards me Owen's response immediately. I have no idea what you're talking about. Adrian Cole was a friend who did some beta reading. There was no collaboration. If you're suggesting otherwise, my lawyer will contact you. Bryn replies, I have documentary evidence suggesting otherwise, including audio recordings, forensic analysis, and witness testimony. I'm offering you the opportunity to tell your side. The episode airs in 3 weeks with or without your participation. Owen goes silent for 2 days. Then his lawyer sends a cease and desist letter to Bryn's podcast network, threatening a defamation lawsuit if the episode airs. But Bryn's network has their own legal team. They review all my evidence carefully. Their conclusion, the story is legally solid. The episode will air as planned. Owen's lawyer sends me a cease and desist too, ordering me to stop making false claims or face legal consequences. Cordelia sends back a 1-sentence response. My client welcomes the opportunity to present his evidence in court. Please proceed with your lawsuit. They never file it. The Originals, who really wrote The Burning Years, drops on a Tuesday morning. 3 episodes, released all at once. Episode 1 lays out the timeline, how Owen and I became friends, conceived the book together, spent 3 years writing it, and how Owen slowly positioned himself as the sole author. Episode 2 presents the evidence. The parking garage recording where Owen admits I wrote the book, the metadata showing my authorship, The Forensic Linguistics Report from Dr. Kepler. Fallon appears with her voice disguised, describing Owen's lies and manipulation. Episode 3 explores the broader pattern of creative theft in publishing and ends with my recorded statement. I'm not trying to destroy Owen's life. I'm trying to get credit for my own work. If he had shared authorship from the beginning, we would both be celebrating this book's success. Instead, he chose deception, and that choice has consequences. Within 6 hours, the podcast is trending #1. Twitter explodes with reactions. Readers start posting videos of themselves returning the book to bookstores. The hashtag Who Wrote the Burning Years trends worldwide. Iris Pemberton releases a statement. Vertigo Publishing takes these allegations extremely seriously and has launched a thorough investigation. Owen's Instagram comment section fills with angry accusations. He deletes his account. Then his publicist releases a statement. These allegations are categorically false. Owen Castellano is the sole author of The Burning Years and stands by his work. But nobody believes him anymore. Owen's lawyer contacts Cordelia with a settlement offer. They'll add an acknowledgement in a revised author's notes stating I contributed to the book. They'll pay me $100,000. In exchange, I sign a non-disclosure agreement and publicly state that Owen was the primary creative force. I read the offer and laugh. It's not a terrible deal financially, Cordelia points out. But I don't want just money. I want my name on my work. I decline. 2 days later, my phone rings. It's Iris Pemberton herself. Adrian, she says, her voice tired. I've completed our internal investigation. The evidence is overwhelming. I believe you wrote the majority of The Burning Years. My heart pounds. I'm prepared to offer you a deal. Iris continues. Vertigo will publish a revised edition crediting both you and Owen as co-authors. We'll also offer you a 2-book contract to complete the trilogy with you as the lead author. Owen will be removed from books 2 and 3. Additionally, he'll repay half his advance. It's vindication, but something feels incomplete. What about the copies already sold? I ask. The ones with only Owen's name? Iris sighs. We can't recall books already purchased, but we can make this right going forward. I tell her I need time to think. That night, Owen calls me from a number I don't recognize. His voice is broken, desperate. Adrian, please. We can fix this. We can say we co-wrote it from the beginning. Please don't destroy everything. I hang up without responding. Months later, I'm standing in the same gallery where Owen had his launch party. But tonight is different. The banner reads, The Burning Years, Author's True Edition by Adrian Cole, with contributions by Owen Castellano. I didn't accept Iris's first offer. I negotiated harder. My name appears first, in the largest font. Owen's name is smaller, with contributions by instead of equal co-author credit. The revised edition includes a printed apology from Owen. I have full creative control over books 2 and 3. I receive 75% of all future royalties. Owen accepted these terms because his alternative was a public lawsuit he would lose and complete career destruction. He's here tonight, standing in the back of the room, just like I stood at his party. Fallon isn't with him. They broke up months ago. Leah got promoted after Iris learned she helped expose the truth. Jules stands beside me, loyal as ever. When it's time for my speech, I look directly at Owen. 3 years ago, my best friend and I set out to write a book together. I say, we both contributed, but I wrote the vast majority. For reasons I still don't fully understand, he chose to take sole credit. That betrayal hurt more than I can express. I pause, letting the words settle. But it taught me something important. Your work will speak for itself if you're patient enough. The truth always finds its way out. I don't say Owen's name. I don't humiliate him publicly. I just acknowledge what happened and move forward. Later, as people line up to get their books signed, Owen approaches me quietly. Thank you, he says, barely audible, for not completely destroying me. I look at him, this person who was once my closest friend, and feel nothing but distance. I didn't do this for you, I say calmly. I did it for myself, and for everyone else who has had their work stolen and stayed silent. He nods and walks away. I watch him leave, then turn back to the line of readers waiting. A woman hands me a copy of the book. Who should I make this out to? I ask. She smiles warmly. To Adrian Cole, the real author. I sign my name, my real name, finally on my real work, and for the first time in years, I feel whole again.